If you've ever wondered why you overreact emotionally, why small things feel huge, or why your emotions spike so fast, this may explain it. Emotional reactivity explained starts with how we think, especially black and white thinking psychology. If you follow just one mental rule, you could reduce emotional reactivity by almost half. And no, this isn't about willpower, discipline, or trying harder. It's about honesty. Real, uncomfortable, freeing honesty with yourself. When it comes to emotional reactions, emotions are the spark. Your stress level, sleep, habits, and coping skills are the fuel. But your thoughts are the accelerant. And one thought pattern pours gasoline on emotional fires more than almost anything else. All or nothing thinking in mental health, also known as black and white thinking. Black and white thinking takes a complicated situation and forces it into extremes. It erases nuance and replaces it with words like always, never, everything, nothing, terrible, hopeless. And here's the key connection. The more extreme the thought, the more intense the emotional reaction. That's why people who struggle with emotional regulation often feel overwhelmed, reactive, anxious, or shut down. This is one of the most common cognitive distortions explained in psychology. For example, instead of thinking, "My boss wasn't clear about the deadline," the mind jumps to, "My boss is awful." Instead of, "This interview didn't go well," it becomes, "Job interviews are a waste of time." Instead of, "I feel hurt right now," it turns into, "You always make me angry." These thoughts feel true, but they aren't accurate. Black and white thinking exaggerates the negative and deletes the positive. And most of the time, it's not accidental. It serves a short-term purpose. Extreme thinking justifies us. It protects us from discomfort. It excuses us from effort, vulnerability, or uncertainty. If everything is hopeless, you don't have to try. If someone is terrible, you don't have to communicate. If you're bad at this, you don't have to risk failing. In the moment, this creates emotional relief. But over time, it increases anxiety, depression, resentment, and emotional overreactions. This is why rigid thought patterns and emotions are so tightly linked. So how do we break the cycle and reduce emotional reactivity? The first step is honesty. You have to be willing to admit, when I'm thinking in extremes, I'm not telling the full truth. Start by noticing your trigger words. Always, never, everyone, nothing. These are red flags that your nervous system is driving the story. Next, slow down and name the emotion, not the narrative. Not, "I feel like you don't care." Not, "I feel like everything is falling apart." Instead, "I feel angry. I feel scared. I feel overwhelmed." That's it. This is one of the simplest emotional regulation skills, and it creates instant space between you and the reaction. Then comes the reframe. Replace extreme thinking with balanced thinking. This is where mindset shifts for mental health happen. Use both and language instead of either or. For example, "My boss's communication was confusing and they're trying to manage a lot. I feel hurt and I can handle this conversation. This situation is painful and not everything about it is bad." Both things can be true. You can also look for exceptions. If your mind says, "This always goes badly," ask, "When has it not?" Or get specific instead of global. Not, "Everything is awful," but "This part of the situation is hard." Specific problems are solvable. Vague catastrophes are not. Finally, check for your own influence. Not to blame yourself, but to empower yourself. Where do you have choice? Where can you respond instead of react? This is how you stop emotional overreactions, not by suppressing emotions, but by changing the thought patterns that fuel them. Your emotions are valid, but not every thought they generate is true. When you think more honestly, your nervous system calms. When your thoughts soften, your emotional reactions do too. This is how emotional balance skills are built. One thought at a time. If this resonated with you, please like this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more psychology-based tools to help you